Good morning, students. Next chapter, landforms of the earth. In the previous chapter, earth structure, you had studied about the layers of the earth, that is lithosphere or crust, mantle and core. And you studied that the temperature increases with the depth at the rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters of depth. And this is due to the presence of radioactive elements inside the earth like uranium and thorium. Okay, now geomorphology. In this part, we are going to study about earth form science. Geo means earth, morpho means form, and ology means science. So it is a systematic study of earth's relief feature. Relief feature means landforms. When we say relief feature or landform, 4,000 million years ago, there was a land supercontinent, you can say, and is known as Pangaea, meaning all land. And this massive area of land was surrounded by a single vast sea, Panthalassa. Okay, it's a water body which is surrounding it. And as you know that inside the earth, the temperature and pressure is high. So when the temperature and pressure is high and increases, then tectonic plates, that is inside the earth, tectonic plates start moving. And because of that, this land area was broken into two parts. First part, which moved to the northern area, is known as Laurasia, and the southern part remained as the Gondwana land. Now, this Laurasia consists of North America and Eurasia, that is Europe and Asia, and Gondwana land consists of South America, Africa, Antarctica, Australia. Later on, this part was divided into, Gondwana part was divided into different parts. Then the part of Indian subcontinent or Indian plate start moving towards the northern side and it hits Laurasia. That in between that there was a Tethys Sea. And part of that was again broken down and drifted towards eastern side in the form of Australian continent. Okay, so number of continents, 7 continents were formed, and in between that we have 5 main sea: Antarctica, Arctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean and Indian Ocean. So this is about Pangaea. Landforms. Landforms are relief features. These are the features of the Earth's surface created by two broad processes. First is tectonic forces and other is gradational forces. Tectonic forces are those forces which are taken from inside the earth like earthquake and volcanic eruptions. Gradation forces are forces which are taken on the surface of the earth like erosion and weathering. So because of that we have different type of landforms on the earth like plains, plateaus, mountains, valleys, etc. In this chapter we have mountains, plateaus and plains. What are mountains? A mountain is a large landform that rises above the surrounding land in a limited area, usually in the form of a peak. You can see in the picture. A mountain is generally steeper than hill, means the slopes of the mountains are steeper as compared to hill. Hills are short in height, their altitude is less, it have a gentle slope. Mountains are formed through the tectonic forces of volcanism. Volcanism is through the volcanic eruption. These forces can locally raise the surface of the earth. Locally means in any particular area where the volcanic eruption takes place or earthquake occurs, that area the land can rise higher. Mountain building or orogeny, that is due to folding and fracturing of the earth crust. Folding means if you take a paper and squeeze it, the number of folds will be there. And take a paper and pull it apart, it will tear. Tearing is fracture. So the Alpine period, it is the most recent orogenic period, that is 30 million years ago. At that time, number of mountains have formed, and these mountains are mostly known as fold mountains. You can see here, this is diverging force. Diverging is pulling apart. This is converging, that is pushing each other, and this is transform, that is because of earthquake. So because of these three factors, plate boundaries means tectonic plate boundaries, they change their shape and size, and we get new landforms on the surface of the earth. There are different types of mountains. The first one, fold mountain. In fold mountain, there are two types, old fold mountains and young fold mountains. Fold means when the earth moves slowly and strike the static portion of the earth, then there is a wrinkle or fold occurs on the earth's surface. And this movement of the earth is not vertical, but it is a horizontal movement. And because of that, two types of folds comes. So the two folds of the earth crust are anticline and syncline. Anticlines are upward fold, and it gives formation to mountains. Synclines are downward fold, and it gives rise to number of valleys. So because of anticlines and synclines, we have mountains and valleys on the surface of the earth. You can see here in this picture, this is the landform which has been compressed, or because of the converging forces pushed each other, and then the fold will appear here. This is the higher portion, antisynclines, and this forms the mountain, and this is the lower portions, and these forms the synclines, and that is known as valleys. So when this earth folds down, the earth crust folds down, it forms mountains and valleys. Now there are two types of mountains, that is old fold mountain and young fold. So why it is called old fold mountains? Because these mountains are formed 250 million years ago. When the tectonic plates were moving, they strike each other, and then it is formed. Their peaks are round or look like dome. Why? Because of the process of denudation, that is erosion and weathering. They are consolidated. Consolidated means they are hard. These ranges are of low altitude because they had eroded because of the weathering, the height has reduced. So because of that, it have a low altitude. Example, Aravalli Hills in India. You can see the picture here. They have a dome shape here. Okay. Next is young fold mountain. These mountains are formed 25 million years old or ago. They are semi-consolidated, means still they are under formation. Their peaks are conical and have steep slope. Their height is still increasing because they are unconsolidated. So still whenever the earthquake occurs, it pushes the earth crust, and then its height increases. These mountains are prone to earthquake and volcanic eruption because they are unconsolidated. These are the weak zone of the earth. So earthquake is common in this region. These mountains also have narrow gorges, valleys, and they are also known for their glaciers and scenic beauty. So it is the attraction of the tourists. So it is a number of tourist places. Sometime when the folding took place, all the earth crust, all the earth crust not rises like a mountain, but it remain lower, but surrounded by hills or the mountains, and the inner portion which is surrounded by mountain is known as intermontane plateau. Means there is a lower area as compared to the surrounding. So surrounding area which is higher is a mountainous region, and the lower area in between that is known as plateau. So it is known as intermontane plateau. Now next type of mountain is block mountain or horse mountain. Now this type of mountain is formed when the tectonic plates move away, causing a fracture on the earth surface or crack on the earth surface. And because of that, this has been because of the divergent forces, that is pulling apart. Result is that the mass of land being pushed up between the parallel cracks to form a block, or sinking of the land will take place and forms a valley. We can see in the picture, Now, Horse Mountain example, Black Forest of Rhineland and Rift Valley of the East African Rift Valley and the Rift Valley of the Rhine. You can see here in the picture that these are the high areas, these are the Horse, that is a block mountain, and in between this is a valley region and it's known as Garbint. Here in India also we have example of the marble rocks at Jabalpur. Jabalpur is in Madhya Pradesh. Now next and the last is residue mountain. Residue means leftover. So due to erosion and agents of gradation, that is denudation, such as wind, water, rain and running water. So these are the agents of erosion. Okay, so what they do, they erode because this area is devoid of vegetation. Devoid of vegetation means this area have very less vegetation to control soil. So it is free, and whenever there is a wind, water or running water is there, it erodes the soil or do the cutting down of the rock slowly. Which rocks? Softer rock. And when softer rock is eroded, it leaves harder rock and give formation to residue mountain. You can see the picture. Now these are the example of the residue mountain which is found in the USA, that is the Western Plateau lands of USA. You will get this type of mountain. Importance of mountains or role of mountains. First, it plays as a climatic barrier, protecting countries from bitter cold winds like the Himalayan mountains. So what Himalayan mountains do? It protects India from the cold Siberian winds which is coming from Siberia, or it even also stops the monsoon bearing wind in India only. Second, swift streams which is moving in this mountain regions help in generating HEP, hydroelectric power. Third, pasture land. Pasture land is grassland for cattle rearing. Fourth, providing employment like lumbering. Lumbering is cutting down of trees, especially it is in the areas which have mountains which is covered by forest, especially in North America, that is in Canada region. It have a reserves of minerals which can be utilized for development of countries. Clear this part? Thank you.